Today we're going to open up this set booster box of Dominaria United. I actually like this set more than I thought that I would. It's fun to play, and there are good cards in it, so I opened a collector booster box and some pre-release kits, but no kind of regular booster box yet, so it should be fun to look into this one. And this particular box has been supplied by the sponsor of this channel, Face to Face Games. Use code 8th Place Dave to save 5% on your order at Face to Face Games, Canada's largest Magic the Gathering store. Support the channel and visit facetofacegames.com today. So this set is pretty interesting because, like, it's a good set. I mean, the limited environment I feel is quite fun. I enjoy playing it. There are good cards in it, but for some reason, a lot of people seem down on it, and I'm not really sure what the reason is. I guess maybe it's just because, like, there are so many products now, and with this one, you know, you get the box topper, but box toppers are just kind of meh at this point. There are fancy treatments of cards in it, but once again, those have been done to death, so it's kind of like there are good cards in it, and it's fun to play, but at the same time, it's just basically, oh, here's another set, you know? It's just more of the same. I don't know, it's kind of, I guess I feel like people are negative on it just because of there being so many products overall. But as I said, there are good cards, so hopefully we'll find some of them today. So let's see, art card, land, we'll put the commons and uncommons together. Take out any, I think there's the one good uncommon that I know of right now, the Relic of Legends. Leyline binding, nice. I actually didn't have any of those yet, so this is my first leyline binding, and I believe that's the best rare in this set. Couple lands. Land cycle is pretty decent for commons. Sulphur Springs. One thing that does kind of suck about this set is how the land cycle is not great. Like, it's better than Temples, but I don't know. It doesn't feel good opening one of the rare lands because they're all kind of worthless. Not worthless, but you know, they're like $1 or $2 maybe compared to other sets like New Capenna or whatever, or I don't know, something like Fetches, Shock, something like that. You know, you open one of the lands and it feels great because you know you got something good. There's a Zur and a foil Leyline binding. That's pretty awesome. That was a good pack. Even like Shadows over Innistrad, a lot of the, like that one and what's the other one? Crimson Vow, a lot of the lands in those sets are good. Feels good opening them, but these ones, they've been printed so many times. And it would be interesting that these have been reintroduced to Standard, but hardly anyone really plays Standard, so I feel like that doesn't really even matter. Here's Assembles the Titans. The Vanquisher's Axe, a Badger token, that's cool. The lands from this set do look nice, though, the showcase lands. I think that you get on average 1 per 3 packs or something. I don't know what it is. We'll see when I get one. Here's a signed thing. Valduvian Berserker. Odalian Hexcatcher. That's a good card. Yeah, I'll put this with the cool stuff. I like it. This card is pretty sweet too, actually, for defenders. Walking Bulwark. So the big hits in this set are Shieldred and Liliana. I haven't opened a Liliana from the set yet. I did get a Shieldred. Fortunately, I actually got the Phyrexian one, so that's pretty sweet. I do still have it. This is one of the top cards that I picked for limited. I'd say I probably wouldn't put it as high as I ranked it for the video that I did, but still I think this is quite good in limited for being a common. Wartalk Bone Rattle. Silver Scrutiny. There's Bird. That guy's in my Discord server. No list cards yet. Just realized. This card is pretty off-center. Vesuvian Duplimancy. I didn't have that card yet either, so we'll put that here. Finally, a list card. You know it's actually a list card this time because there are no double-sided cards in these packs. With the sets with the double-sided ones, a lot of times I see this and it's like, awesome, I got a list card. Then I get to it and it's like, oh, it's just a checklist card. Is there a borderless something there too? This card is pretty sweet. Conscript. Bird. Spawn of Turd. Defiler of Flesh. I think the worst of the Defilers, all the Defilers are pretty good, but I think the black one is probably the worst of them. And a Collective Restraint. Creatures can't attack you unless their controller pays X for each creature attacking you, where X is the number of basic land types among lands you control. That actually seems like it could be pretty good. Gotta check that one. Let's make a pile for list cards. Liliana there. Tatyova. I think the first Tatyova is much better than this one. Briar Hydra. And Adarkar Wastes. Double rare pack. There's another signed one. There's the gold stamp on it. There's an Urza assembles the Titans in the back there. Foil rare. And the Cruelty of Gix. A Devoted Druid from the list. It's alright. This is kind of a pretty good... this pack is a good preview for the Brothers' War. I don't know if you're familiar with that story or not, but these characters are definitely in it. Pretty excited for that set. I did read the novel, and it was quite good. I'd recommend it. The Mana Rig. There's a mythic from Commander decks, I believe. Or is this one of the ones where it's like from the Commander set, but you can't get it in the Commander decks? Maybe. Carplusan Forest. Kyrian Beast Caller. A third one. That's the first time I've ever seen 3 of these appear in one box, I believe. It's kind of cool. Usually what I do with those is our first fancy land. Wow. I would open a lot of packs to get that. Usually what I do with those stamped cards is just buy list them to whichever store will take them for at least like $1. Archangel of Wrath and a Bog Badger. There's a Jaya emblem. A lot of stores don't even buy those at all, I believe. Oh, here we go, another one. Aster, Bearer of Blades, and Belmore. The Stang Twin token. A list card here. I saw a legendary colorless thing. Could that possibly be a Mox Amber? That would be pretty awesome. I'm not sure if that's on the list for this or not. Or it might be Helm of the Host. I think that's probably Helm of the Host. That is also a good card, though. Geoda's Codex. Sarah Paragon. That's a pretty good mythic. Nope. That's weird. It's not even colorless. Okay, so I was completely wrong there. This is one of the Stranger Things. Like redo cards or whatever. Could have sworn that was colorless though. This is a good card, Runvelt Hordemaster. It's a really good Goblin Lord. I play that in my Goblins commander deck. I feel like it's probably good for any kind of modern or pioneer Goblin deck that could exist. I don't think Goblins had a 2-mana Lord before, did they? They were all 3 mana, as far as I know. Liliana of the Veil. Nice. That's what we want to see. That one right there. Perpetual Timepiece. These are both good uncommons, Founding Third Path and Relic of Legends. I'm just going to take those out. Put them over here. Braids, it's pretty cool. We'll put that over here too. Defiler of Faith. Kobold token. I like kobolds. They printed a few of them in this set, and I would be into making a kobold deck if there were enough of them. I think there's just not quite enough yet, though. Extended art, something there. Borderless or whatever. Probably one of the lands. Yeah, Darkar Wastes. Once again, not super exciting. It's cool. Not interesting. The thing is, though, also about this land cycle is that I used to play these lands in my commander decks because they're good lands, but there have just been so many other like better land cycles printed that I just cut these from all of my commander decks and replaced them with better lands. So like, I'm not even gonna play with those. They're good budget lands, though. Herd Migration. I would like another Sand Warrior token. I only have one of those. Would like some more for my Hazazon deck. Urborg Lurgoyf. I think that card's quite good, actually. I'm not really sure what this spot is for. This card is really good in limited too, Urborg Repossession. Drag to the bottom, and a Bladefly Swarm. Foil Forest. Nice. This card is pretty good. You'll core. She's got any cards that like this that have abilities like Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain a life. Whenever an opponent controls dies, each opponent loses one. Those cards always tend to have some value, and they see a lot of play in like the Aristocrats type of decks, so I don't see why this one would be any different. I think that's a good card. Rada's Firebrand. Urg. I like saying that one's name too. Temporary Lockdown. That card's alright. Put it here though. Phyrexian token. Got about 6 packs left? Yeah, 6 packs left. I'm interested to see if we can get a 4th one of the stamped ones. That'd be kind of cool. Lots of uncommons in this pack. Guardian of Dominaria. There's Vivictus Asmodi. There's a mythic from the list. We'll put it here. All these cards are really off-center. It's alright though. Off-center cards actually don't really bother me. I think they're kind of cool. Like the ones where it's off-center but not enough to be considered a misprint. I kind of like them. Foil Mountain. Shaman Reef. Foil Logamos there. Got a list card. This card is really good, I think. Phyrexian Missionary. It seems constructed playable to me. Like it seems powerful enough. Just needs the right deck. Sheoldred, nice. So we got Liliana and Sheoldred. And a Brightstone Ritual. I play this card in my Goblin Commander deck as well. It's very good for goblins. It's very good for goblins specifically and nothing else. It adds a red for each goblin you have in play. An instant speed for 1 mana though. Karn pointing at the plains there. This plains right here. Revaz. Sten. Rith. There's a Mythic and a Garna. So that was a 3 rare pack, one of which was Mythic. Rith, not really a great Mythic, but we'll take it. So what are we up to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mythics. However, one is from the commander deck and one is from the list, but still, it's pretty good. Probably I'll do a little recap and try and add up the value for this this box. 2 Leyline bindings, that's pretty sweet. Plaza of Heroes, nice. It's a good card. Joyra of the Gitu. Alright, last pack. We got the box topper too, but there isn't really anything good in those. There says Azon, but I have that. Borderless something there. Probably one of the lands once again. Nope, Borderless Karn. That's pretty cool actually. Nice. And a Braids. And a foil Aster. That was a good last pack. Wow. This here, Braids can go here, and Karn can go here. Quite a few mythics. Alright, the box topper as well. Try and get this off without wrecking it. Difficult. We've got Poor Walkie, the uncommon. Well, you can go here. Alright, so I'm going to take a closer look at these and come back to you in just a moment for a little recap. Alright, so we're back with all the cool stuff laid out here, and this box actually turned out a lot better than I thought it did. As I was opening it, getting near the end, I was thinking, this box is actually pretty good. But then when I took a closer look, it's actually, I think, might be, monetarily speaking anyway, the best set box that I've ever opened for any standard set, for that matter. So I scanned all this stuff up and it came to $230 US by TCG mid pricing. So, take that for what you will. But let's go over some of these cards now. So the mythics in the box were quite good. We get the Shieldred and the Liliana, the two big hits from the set. But some other good ones too, like Sarah Paragon is good. Vesuvian Duplomancy, that's a pretty good mythic too. Karn's not bad, like we got the showcase art. Something though is with the Karn and also the mana rig. Karn seems kind of crappy at the moment, but I kind of feel like Power Stones are going to do something because they're kind of a big part of the Brothers' War story. So maybe when we see more about that set, maybe these cards could be more useful than they are right now because they make Power Stones, so that could be relevant. What else? Got one of these mythics from the list here. That one's alright. And then a Zur and a Rith. So 9 mythics total. This was really cool though. 2 Leyline bindings, easily the best rare in this set, one of which was foil. I didn't have any of those prior to opening this, so that's cool. A Plaza of Heroes, that land is quite good. And then a couple of these, Tribal Lord cards, the Merfolk one and the Goblin one, those are both pretty good too. 5 of the rare land cycle. Like I said, these aren't really so exciting to open, but they're playable anyway, so, it's not nothing. Few decent cards from the list. This one actually, Collective Restraint. I wasn't familiar with this card, but when I read it, I thought, that seems pretty good actually. And then when I checked the value, it is, like upwards of like $12 to $15, something like that. So yes, it is a pretty good card. 6 of the showcase lands. So I believe these must be 1 in every 5 packs, because that's what this would be. 2 of them are foil though, so that's kind of cool. And then actually 3 stamped art cards. And that's probably the first time I've gotten 3 in a box. So yeah, definitely quite happy with this box. I think a lot of the cards were ones that I had yet to open, so it'll be cool to fill in some spots in the set for that. Anyway, though, if you're still watching, thanks for watching. It'd be cool if you can like and subscribe and all that kind of stuff. I'd encourage everyone to come join my Discord server. You can find a link to that in the video description below. And in the video description, you can also find my affiliate links for Dragon Shield in case you'd like to purchase any gaming supplies. You can follow those links and help out the channel while you do so. And I'd also just like to take a moment to thank all of the patrons who support me on Patreon. But otherwise, though, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.